Now, as I mentioned, it is a 4-2-3-1 with a twist, and I've called it the Gambit because Gambit from X-Men, he does like his poker, and there's a lot of poker hands in this as well. We've got 3 of a kind, we've got a full house, we have 2 pairs, and an ace high up front as well. So that was the main thinking for the name of this, and I'm going to go through kind of the roles before I go through the instructions as well. So we have got a sweeper keeper on defend with tackle harder as the added instruction there, 2 complete wingbacks on attack with more direct passes, take more risks and to tackle harder as added instructions, 2 ball playing defenders on defend with dribble more and tackle harder for both of these, a box to box midfielder on the right hand side of the midfield 2 on support, no added instructions on this one, but on the right hand side, left hand side I should say, there is tackle harder as an instruction. We have got 3 advanced playmakers across the front 3 as well. Hold up ball, roam from position, sit narrow and to tackle harder, very important the sit narrow one here. On the right hand side we're okay with him being, or them being in that role. Advanced playmaker with the instructions as default as well, and advanced forward on attack up front with tackle harder. Now it is a positive mentality and it is attacking width narrower because I want my attacking midfielders to come in as they do that, and that's going to allow for an overlap on the left and right of our complete wingbacks to bomb forward there. We're going to pass into space as well because the way this formation works is these 3 advanced playmakers, they're going to be looking for space in here, so we're going to pass into that space and hopefully they can get onto it as well. Passing directness shorter because it's not a direct tactic, it's very tiki-taka with this one. Higher tempo as well with run of the defense and to be more disciplined with low crosses in the final third. Now the be more disciplined is so that they will keep kind of sticking to the rules, and that's what I hope is going to happen here. In the transition, counter press and counter, distribute quickly and to roll it out as a distribution style as well. And then out of possession, a high line press of engagement, a much higher defensive line because we're going to be pressing as much as we can here. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution, much more often trigger press. We're going to get stuck in, we're going to step up more, and we're going to invite crosses as well. Now we're going to do that is because they've got to come down the right hand side and we have plenty in the middle that should stop that as well. Now we have got 3 teams to go with today. I've gone with Manchester City just to see how it will work for a title challenge. We've also gone with Fulham and Nottingham Forest. Fulham because it's a mid-table team, and Forest because it is a relegation candidate as well. And there is a second test with Liverpool as well to see how they get on. But anyway, let's get into the test and let's see how we do. And we have won the league with Manchester City. We won it by a point as well. We lost 3 games all season to Aston Villa, Crystal Palace and Newcastle. Interestingly enough, we lost them all 3-2, but we've got 85 goal difference, 7 draws and 28 wins as well. I mean, Arsenal, they went undefeated the whole season and still never won the league, so sucks to be you with that one there. But yeah, 28 wins. Looking at the player stats, Haaland got 36 goals, dominating the goal scoring charts. He dominated the average rating as well with 7.82. De Bruyne coming third with 7.48. De Bruyne with 17 assists and Jeremy Doku with 14 assists as well, second and third respectively. Not involved for the player of the matches, the clean sheets, but we are top of the yellow cards as always with Matthias Nunes getting 12. Now looking at the team overview, we scored 127 goals with this team. 12 of those coming from corners as well. We had the most shots for, I mean that's 250 more than second place Liverpool. We had the third fewest shots against. Pass completion, we are 8th with 88%, and we got 6th most amount of possession as well with 54. It's nice to have a tactic that combines pass completion and the possession as well. Most tackles won, we're not involved, but we did have the most triples in the league. Joint 4th, 4 clean sheets, and 5th for fewest conceded. Now, in the competition screen, Manchester City are in all the competitions. We won the Friendly Cup. We won the Champions League. We beat Paris Saint-Germain 3-1 in the final there. We won the UEFA Super Cup. We were runners-up in the FA Cup. Lost 3-1 to Man United. But we won the Carabao Cup, where we beat Chelsea 2-1 in extra time. And we lost the Community Shield 1-0 to Arsenal as well. So, let's see how we got on. I know we lost 3 games and we scored 127 goals. But how did we do in the league? And a good start, although we did lose to Newcastle very early on, 3-2, but we beat Bournemouth 3-0, beat West Ham 5-3, Sheffield United beat them 5-1, beat Brighton 5-0, 4-0 against Manchester United, 3-0 against Everton, 5-1 against Tottenham, 6-1 against Brentford, 6-2 against Luton, 7-0 against West Ham, 4-0 against Sheffield United. I'm just pointing out the big ones here. We beat Luton 8-0. We beat them 8-0. Do we have a look at the goals? You know what? Let's go and have a look at the goals. Let's see if there is a what. I've just gone into the Sheffield United game there. Let's have a look. Into Luton. Will it show me the goals? We will watch the goals. Let's see kind of how we did play. I mean, we had 31 shots with 19 on target against Luton. Yes, it's Manchester City, but how did we get on? Let's pump the speed up a little bit as well, but nice little interplay there. Guardiola, our left attacking wing back, I'm assuming, into Haaland as well. Let's turn up the highlights with this here. Akanji into Guardiola, Nunez, Stones must have been the right wing back as well. Alvarez calmly puts it in the net. Must be playing as the advanced playmaker here as well. There is a lot of wing play because we are looking for the overlaps as well. Alvarez nicely inside. I mean, Kaminsky had no chance with that. 3-0 up in 27 minutes, and it was 4-0 at half time. Complete wing back. Stones down the right hand side. Low crosses again coming into effect, and nothing Luton can do there. Now, there's a lot of stuff that did happen down the wings. I mean, that's poor goalkeeping by Kaminsky, but most of the goals, bar one, have been due to the wing play. And as we see, Lewis into De Bruyne, back to Lewis, De Bruyne into the box, lovely finish into the bottom corner. Maybe I'll start doing this more with the tactics test just to see how we do play. Lewis into Haaland. I mean, what more can you say? Is there another goal? Have a counted 7. I mean, a lovely counter-attack here where there's 8 players up in the other half. Akanji, Matheus Nunez. Yeah, to compile misery on Luton. If you do want to see more highlights with this, let me know down below. But let's have a look at the squad and how we got on. I mean, Haaland got 50 goals and 2 assists this season. De Bruyne, 27 goals, 26 assists. Julian Alvarez, 24 goals, 3 assists. Foden, 20 goals and 5. I mean, I'm not going to go through the others there, but that's absolutely fantastic. Our next test, let's do it with Fulham, and let's see if we can take it from 11th place, and let's see how we get on. What a result. 7th place with Fulham. We've risen 4 places higher than our media prediction. 16 wins, 10 draws, 12 losses, a plus goal difference of 14, with 58 points on the board. And Raul Jimenez has made it into the top 3 for the goals scored with 16 across the season. We're not involved in the average rating, assists, player of the matches, clean sheets, but we are there with 2 yellow cards to our name. With the team overview, we scored the 4th most amount of goals in the league with the 3rd most amount of shots. Not involved with the fewest shots against, pass completion, or most possession, or tackles won. 7th for dribbles made. We're not involved in the clean sheets or the fewest conceded as well. But in other competitions, bit of a bad one. Knocked out in the 3rd round to Sheffield United in the FA Cup, but made it to the semi-final against Leicester, who lost in the final to Manchester City. Looking at the schedule and how we did get on, I mean, we finished 7th, which is fantastic, and a very good start. We only lost once until December, really, and that was 3-1 against Aston Villa. Started off with a 2-0 victory over Everton, drew 4-4 with Tottenham, and we beat Liverpool 3-2 as well. Good wins against Wolves and West Ham. Manchester City, we drew with them, we drew with Chelsea, and we beat Sheffield United 5-3. But this is kind of where we fell apart. December's always a tough one in Football Manager. We lost 3 of our 8 games there. That's 7 actually, Ross. Learn to count. But we did beat Manchester United 3-0, Burnley 3-1, and at least there's not many big losses with this, which is very nice to see. The form from December carried on into New Year, which is terrible. We lost to Luton 2-1. I mean, that should be a travesty as it is. But then we bounced back. We beat Villa 4-2. We beat Bournemouth 5-1. Beat Chelsea 3-1. Sheffield United 3-1. Burnley 6-2. And again, Manchester United, we beat them 3-2. So fantastic to see. This is with a Fulham team as well. Raul Jimenez getting 17 goals and 2 assists. Andreas Pereira with 13 and 12. Harry Wilson 12 and 11, with Alex Iwobi getting 10 and 6. Now the next test is going to be with Nottingham Forest. Let's see how we get on. And again, consecutive 7th place finishes here with Nottingham Forest, and we've qualified for the Europa Conference League as well. 18 wins, 10 draws, 10 losses, a plus goal difference of 26 with 60 points on the board, a lot better than the Fulham result as well. Now we're not involved in the player stats for goals, average rating, assists, player of the matches or clean sheets, but with that get stuck in tactic, we are occupying 1, 2, 3 of the yellow cards list as well. which, yeah, a bit of a nasty tactic, this one there. Team overview, we scored the second most amount of goals in the league with 89, only 3 behind Arsenal, and 10 of those coming from corners as well. We had the second most shots for, not involved in the fewest against, pass completion or most possession, tackles won, 4th for dribbles made. We're not involved in the most clean sheets or the fewest conceded as well. Now, we were knocked out in multiple quarterfinals. Southampton knocked us out in the Carabao Cup, and Everton knocked us out in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup as well. Looking at the league, we finished 7th, so have we got any big losses, any good wins? I mean, we beat Villa 4-0, beat Wolves 2-0, we lost 4-2 to Chelsea, 3-2 to Manchester City, so we gave them a game at least. We beat Sheffield United 3-0, we beat Burnley 6-5, 6-1 against Fulham. Again, we are conceding more than we did against Fulham, than the Fulham test, I'm assuming here. You know, 4-2 against Arsenal, 4-2 against Arsenal at Tottenham, 4-3 against Manchester United. But a better end of the season as well, when it has ended in December. We beat Villa again, nice little double that is. Beat Luton 3-1, 2-0 against Wolves, 4-3 against Bournemouth, 5-2 against Palace, 4-2 against Manchester United, so a bit of revenge. And we ended the season with a 6-2 victory over Brentford as well. Very nice to see. Now, Origi, 17 goals and 5 assists. Giovanni Reina, 16 and 15. Fantastic campaign for him. Anthony Elanga, 12 and 9, with Callum Hudson-Odoi, 12 and 9 as well. Now, our last test is going to be with Liverpool. Can we win the league with them? Let's find out. And we can win the league. We pipped Manchester City to the title. 27 wins, 6 draws, 5 losses. Look at that goal difference, plus 83 with 87 points on the board. Now, Haaland was the best top goal scorer in the division, but McAllister was second and Nunez with 18 goals apiece. Mohamed Salah topped the average rating with 7.55, McAllister with 7.37 in third. Luis Diaz, 14 assists, topping the charts with Trent Alexander-Arnold third with 12. We're not involved in the player of the match's clean sheets, but we are there again for the yellow cards. Shock horror, I don't think so. We scored 121 goals in the league, 11 of those coming from corners, and that's 35 more than second place Tottenham. We scored we had the most shots in the division as well, 155 more. Third, fewest shots against. We're not involved in pass completion, but we are there for most possession with 55% across the season. Most tackles won, we're not there. Second for dribbles made, joint 4th for most clean sheets, and 3rd for the fewest conceded as well. In all of our competitions, we won the Europa League. We beat RB Leipzig 2-1 in the final there. We lost out in the semi-final to Manchester City in the FA Cup. And we won the Carabao Cup as well. Can we call that a treble if it is the Europa League? Yeah, let me know down below if we do agree with that. I think it should be. It's a European competition. Although not the Conference League, that don't matter. A fantastic start to the season. 6-0 against Burnley, 3-0 against Manchester United, and a 7-1 against Fulham. Losses to Arsenal and to Tottenham, but we beat Everton 4-2 and Newcastle 3-1. So some big teams that we have faced in the first kind of 8 games, and we haven't done too badly. We lost to Villa 3-2, but then we bounced back with 3-1 against Wolves, 2-1 against Bournemouth, and a 4-0 against West Ham. I mean, we lost to Chelsea in December, and we didn't lose again until we faced Brighton on the last day of the season. I mean, we could have lost the season, could have lost the title there, so good job we didn't. Big wins, 7-1 against Brighton, 5-2 against Manchester United, 4-1 against Burnley, 4-1 against Arsenal. You know what, there's a 7-0 here against Everton because it's the Merseyside derby. Let's see if it will play it for us. It might not, and it's not going to. Maybe just Manchester City is the tactics we are going to have a look at. We beat Palace 5-0, we beat Chelsea 5-0 as well, and then Nottingham Forest, we beat them 5-1. Will the Chelsea one work? I mean, we dismantled a good Chelsea team. Chelsea will work, okay. I suppose we played so many games, it hasn't kept all the highlights here. But we beat Chelsea 5-0. Let's see if the goals are pretty similar to the Manchester City ones as well, where a lot of it does come down the wing. McAllister in the middle, out to Luis Diaz, who finds Robertson on the overlap, and a good finish from the complete wing back. Yeah, there's a theme coming in here. Szoboszlai to Elliott. Now, obviously, Trent's going to be on the right-hand side. We've come inside, however. Darwin Nunez, lovely finish on the inside. Potential offside, but it's not there. A free kick goal as well. Nice to see. I mean, 3-0 up in 15 minutes, 4-0 up in 35 minutes. A poor back pass, and McAllister as the advanced playmaker getting in there as well. Very nice to see. And then lastly, Bradley. Is that Connor Bradley? Diaz into the middle. Now the advanced playmakers working across the front line as well, which is very nice to see. And lastly, in the squad, 35 goals scored by Darwin Nunez. McAllister, 27 and 16. Salah, 22 and 12. Diogo Jota, 19 and 12. 17 and 19 for Luis Diaz and Capco. 15 and 8. A lot of goals were scored. I'm a big fan of this tactic. And there you have it. There is my version of the Gambit, not to be confused with GYR's Gambit as well. Check it out. I am currently running it on my Born to Win save with Cabri Athletic. You can find that on the channel as well if you are interested in a grassroots to glory. But anyway, let me know down below if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode.